Draft Bruin time. Rise of Eldrazi is my pick for Pack 3 here in the Zendikar Unified Pauper Sealed League. And I won the lottery this week. Last week, the pack was not that great, but this week, my pack is great. The best card in the set, most likely, Dawnglare Invoker, is in my pack. And I am very happy about that. Totem Guide Heartbeast is an interesting card because I actually have two auras in my deck that I could be playing, Spreading Seas and Guardian Zendikon. Pretty interesting little tutor effect right there, a little card advantage, not bad. Competing with some other good 5-drops in my deck, so it's close on whether he makes the cut or not. But being able to search up Spreading Seas, which I'm not main decking right now, but I could main deck week 3, is sweet because of this potential 6/6 Island Walk. Again, level up cards I think are quite strong, especially when they create a card that is unbeatable. That's just huge and evasive, so it takes a lot of time and mana, but it also is interesting because it serves just like a wall would in creating 2 mana 0/3 might stop a 2-power guy from attacking, and then level it up once and you get an 0/6 that might stop 5-power guy from attacking. It's really strong at slowing the game down, so I think I'm really impressed with the power of that card. Regress is not, it's a good card, but it doesn't provide a card advantage. If we were more of a tempo deck, we'd probably play it. Gloom Hunter is fine, but we're not deep into black and it's not that good. This is our second raid bombardment, so I'm on the lookout. If we happen to got more than just a Nest Invader, but if we got like Nest Invader, Embercool's Hatcher, Kozilek's Predator, then having 2 raid bombardments might be a really sick way to create an aggro deck, but not in the cards. Vent Sentinel, on the other hand, I look at this as a defensive creature that we do have 2 other walls. We have Fortified Rampart and Guardian Zendikon, so this could potentially do 1, 2, 3 unblockable damage. It's a good late game mana sink. 2/4 is just good power and toughness as well. So I like Vent Sentinel. I'm definitely considering playing that. Our second Heat Ray is just better than Tar Snare. It does almost the same exact thing that Tar Snare does for 3 mana, killing 2 toughness creatures, except it scales up, so I can easily cut that Tar Snare for this Heat Ray. Nest Invader is good, and Ondu Giant is good, but our mana's already got a lot of fixing, and we don't need to play green just to get the fixing. Again, we're not going to splash green for the fixing, but these are both very strong green cards. So looking at our deck, we have a few options. So if we wanted to go 5 color, this is what I came up with. For a 5 color build. My 5 color build, I mainly wanted to play Shared Discovery, so we still have 18 lands. Let's see. I guess I took the Complete Disregard out of this deck. I could easily put it in because I have 3 sources with Prophetic Prism and 2 Holdout Sediments, and we don't really need the Swamp. But here, we also are just splashing the white for the Sheer Drop Dawnglare Invoker Iona's Judgment. The problem is that we lose all of our white flyers, like the 2/3s Career Griffins, and we're replacing them with middle level cards like Eyeless Watcher, Netcaster Spider, and Nest Invaders. Like, these aren't Gnarlid Pack. Like, these cards just aren't that good. But they're things that make a lot of token makers and whatnot just for the Shared Discovery, but I don't think that's worth it. Canopy Gorger's fine. A big dumb idiot win con, but we don't have that many instant speed tricks in this deck. Just hope that they don't kill Dawnglare Invoker, and that's about it. So not necessarily liking green as a main color. This is like all my best green cards. So I gave it a look, but ultimately we decided against it. Let's see. I did look at some of my 2-color decks again, just like white-red aggro and whatnot, but they just looked so bad. I'd rather play all my removal. So this is what we've got going into week 3. So we got the 18 land mana base here. We got Vent Sentinel, Guardian Zendikon, Fortified Rampart for 3 of those. I have the Halimar Wave Watch. Like, how many new cards made the deck? Let's count. Halimar Wave Watch is 1. Dawnglare Invoker is 2. Vent Sentinel is 3. Heat Ray is 4. So that was a pretty good pack. So what did we have to lose in order to get that? Well, let's see. We had to lose Tar Snare, Royal Mage's Trick. Totem Guide Harpies almost made the cut because it requires Spreading Seas, but I figure if they're playing blue already, then I don't really need the Spreading Seas. It's just kind of like a waste of mana. Unless they have a really bad mana base or something. Lost the Cub as well. Again, these cards I think are better in the sideboard. And let's see what else. I think negates are pretty good out of the sideboard too, and so is potentially Incubator Drone. Oh, and I also took out Comparative Analysis. So a big problem that I'm finding with my deck now is that I only have a few relevant creatures. Wavewing, the Banisher's not even super relevant, the Herda's not that good. Vent Sentinel can deal some unblockable damage, these Courier Griffins are good. Dawnglare Invoker is good. But Dawnglare Invoker is actually not that strong in my deck, because I don't have just like a ton of creatures in play with a lot of power and toughness. But I do have tons of removal. The Wave Watch and the Aeronaut. Yeah, so my deck is starting to look a little weird in that once I start playing against better decks, I'm not going to know exactly how to... I can kill a lot of their things, but if they have a lot of answers too, like decks should be getting more removal, then my deck's not that good against them. So I might want to switch into just some sort of like white-red aggro deck, which I could easily do. So that's why I have all these lands in the sideboard, so that I can switch into that. But I'm still going to use my theory on sealed and try to say get as much card advantage and evasion and removal as possible. See how that works. And lastly, I should go over the discussion topic of the week, submitted by Paulie Jack, our fearless leader of the league and the website and everything, is how has your strategy gone for your pack choice, and what do you think about the packs? Are there any specific packs that are stronger than another? So, number one, I don't think I can speak on are there any packs way more powerful than another, because it is random. Like I could pick Rise of Eldrazi, which I think is easily the most powerful pack, and just get shafted and just get nothing good from it, or you could get like 4 playable cards during week 3. The qualifying issue here is ally synergy. If you happen to get a lot of cards that say ally on them that are good, then Battle for Zendikar, Oath of the Gatewatch, and then Zendikar or Worldwake, which are, I think Zendikar probably has all the main ally synergies, and so your strategy going into it would have had to have been like pick BFZ and Oath in addition to the 5 other packs, and then just get lucky and just get like a really good strong ally shell. And for example, Tommy V has a green-white allies deck. I played him week 1, and he just played, 70 to 80% of his creatures just had ally on them, and they were all really good together. And so in that route, if your deck is like that, Rise of Eldrazi is probably the worst pack for you because the synergy potential is not there. But the raw power level of cards like Dawnglare Invoker, Heat Ray, Flame Slash, Vendetta, Mnemonic Wall, oh man, my deck would be so... Oh my gosh, I would love a Mnemonic Wall in this deck. But yeah, we can dream. I would like Mnemonic Wall. I would also like an 8-drop finisher. I would like a Ruin. I already know my strategy. I'm going to go Battle for Zendikar next pack, and the last pack to be Rise of Eldrazi again. And all I really want to hit is either Ruin Processor, Eldrazi Devastator, Ulamog's Crusher, Mnemonic Wall, and then I can cut some of these bad cards, like these little cheap little flyers aren't really getting it done for me. The walls get better if I get a 4th wall. Mnemonic Wall would be good. Yeah, and this Banisher is actually not that great now. I just need some big finishers. So yeah, so my strategy was just to go for raw power level and go. I picked Rise and BFC because they have Evolving Wilds in their set and Prophetic Prism in Rise, so the mana fixing is just the best and the most free. So, and BFZ also has, just some of those big fat creatures. And some solid removal spells as well. Complete Disregard, Touch of the Void. But Oath of the Gatewatch has some of the better removal spells too, and Oblivion Strike, Isolation Zone, and whatnot. So it just depends on your ally synergies. So my deck, so far I've only played one match, so I'll do a replay of that match. But after that match, I can already see I have some ideas, some things that I potentially want to change, which is mainly to just test out some different builds and potentially go into like a white-red aggro deck, or something like that. I could still splash some removal spells into white-red. Yeah, I could still splash like Complete Disregard and just, try to beat people down, cut the blue. Yeah, maybe that is just better. We'll see. It's really interesting because now we have just so many cards in our pool, right? So I have 22 in my pool plus all this. It's so many options. So I think sideboarding is going to become more relevant, and I really wish the league ran like a real league where you could have your other decks pre-saved, kind of like I have here on the side, how I can kind of switch back and forth between these two. I can't load a different deck in one of our matches. I would have to completely deconstruct it and switch the mana base in 2.5 minutes or whatever, which is kind of hard to figure out all on the fly. But I look forward to the challenge, and currently going into week 3, I am in first place. I went 4-1 week 1 and 4-1 week 2, which sadly was not good enough. Basically, I got second place both times in the player of the week, so to speak. Someone went 5-0 week 1, and then Zombie Nico beat me in the tiebreaker week 2. So hopefully we can keep it up. Alright, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for week 3 matches.